This is Jacques, and today I'm going to be talking to you about this thing right here, which is the Visico 2 flash, and it's a wireless flash. It's compact, and we're going to look at how it worked for me and my experiences. Stay tuned. I just wanted to talk to you about the nature of this flash, how it works and what it's useful for. And it's useful for a lot of stuff. This flash comes with the battery, and it comes with a stand which you can attach to the bottom of the flash right here, and you can attach like that. It also comes with obviously the battery charger right here and a plug to do your charging. It comes also with a carrying case like this. Now, what's really cool is that it's well done, well molded. Everything's pretty good on this carrying case. And there is a pouch at the top to put other accessories. I have the wireless trigger, which is also very cool. So I used this equipment with a second Visico flash. You know what I think I'll do? I'll let you guys look at those shots right now, and we'll come back after and talk about my experiences with this flash. Cool, so those images were a bit Megan, she's a cool person. Visico also sent me this, and the reason why I want to mention this is that what's really cool about these adapters is that you can take your flash, put it inside the adapter, you vise it in via a vise that's right here. As soon as let me just do it for you guys so you can see what it does. So there's what happens is you get a stand with your flash in it, and in the front, you have a Bowens standard mount. So what's really cool about this setup is that you can put some great flash modifiers on this, flash modifiers that you might already have. What's great about Bowens is that it's very standard and you might be able to use that. One of my small critiques about the Visico compared to the Godox AD200 is that it's slightly bigger than the AD200 and it's slightly heavier, which is not a bad thing because it's really well made. The build quality is excellent. But I have my old Bowens adapters, and because the opening is small, I couldn't even put the Visicos in there. So really quick, I gotta say that it goes without saying that this is gonna be compared to the Godox AD200 for a lot of reasons. And I have not used the AD200 Pros that much. I know I can compare price because price is out there and it exists. So the Visico Pocket 2s are less expensive. Therefore, right away, how I feel about this Pocket Flash is if it performs as well as what the AD200 can do, then it might be a good buy just because you're going to save a bit of cash, which is always a lot of fun. When I asked Visico to send me some stuff, they sent me 2 of these flashes and a 1 trigger unit. Now, I worked in a studio for most of the shots I did, and I just wanted to tell you that I used the trigger unit. So what I did was I placed this flash on group A, and then I put the second flash into group B, and via the transmitter I was able to really adjust and do what I needed to do at a distance. So I had this on the camera. I could choose between group A and group B and change from 1/128th in 0.3 V increments all the way up to 1/1. Now I used it in manual mode. I did not use any of the TTL. They sent me a Canon controller for TTL and high shutter speed sync, and I have Fuji. I'm equipped in Fuji, so I used it with my Fuji equipment, which just needs the middle pin really just so it flashes at the right time. It works seamlessly in the studio. I got some really cool shots. I got a lot of power. What I was really surprised with this flash system is that the studio where I work, they have these 300-watt plug-in Godoxes that are good. They're okay. They're plug-ins. So what happens is when you move around, you always got to think of the wire and where you're going with the wire. And with the battery power on these, I was surprised for two reasons. One was the fact that the power lasted so long. Like, I went through a whole studio shoot the whole afternoon and never had to change out the batteries or charge them. They just were full and they worked. One flash was almost always on full power and the other one was like at 1/32 or 1/16. The whole way through the shoot, I never had battery power go down at all. That was my first bonus. And the second bonus was the fact that it's kind of fun working in a studio environment and not having to deal with plugs or the weight of some of those flashes you get. I have a Strobe Pro battery powered flash, which is 600 watts, and that baby is heavy. It's like really, really heavy. So you got the benefit of having no wires and it's light. Build construction on this is solid as a rock. It's really well made. Serviceability is pretty good. Now don't be fooled by the fact that you see just a screen here on the front. You can click a button here, twist and pull it out, and you can be inside the flash unit and changing your bulb. This bulb has a model light. The little LED in the middle is the model light. Small note on LED model lights, I'm not a big fan. They're not really great. And model lights are there to give you an idea of where the flash light is going to flow when you take the shot. And for some reason, LEDs on all my battery powered flashes, they're not great. They're really not great. And it's nothing compared to a plugged flash light bulb model light, but just it cannot compare. So that's not something I would say that Visico is bad at. It's just that I think all of these battery powered flashes are bad at. The model light on this one is no better. It doesn't do the trick for me. I just don't use it. Using this flash in studio, I really liked the experience a lot. It was very, very pleasant. And for mainly two big reasons. The fact that there are no wires and also that it really performed well, and it performed as well as my plug-in Godox 300-watt flashes. Who is this flash system for? I think my conclusion is that this flash system is not a perfectly professional flash system, but professionals need to have one. Why is that? Well, when you get into, for example, wedding and event photographers. Now, most wedding and event photographers will be using natural light, existing light, but all those people have what's called pre-shoots. So for example, the wedding, you might have a pre-shoot where you shoot before the wedding happens. These flashes are easy to carry around. Before the event occurs, you might want to take establishing shots. You can take these flashes and build yourself an umbrella kit that's really quick to move around. You can move it. It's weight. It doesn't, I was about to say it's weightless. It doesn't weigh a lot and it has no plug, so you can move it to wherever you go. So the wedding photographer can use existing light, but at one point when they want to do beauty shots with groups or whatever, you can have one or two of these flashes in your car ready to go with an umbrella kit. You can place them up, use a trigger system like this, and off you go, and you can start getting lots of light for your shots. Portrait photographers might want to use this in a studio situation, but if you want to be creative and go outside and you need just that fill light a bit, taking portraits in a more natural environment, this is the flash to have within your camera kit. It has the capacity to do what most very, very expensive flash systems do, and it's portable. It doesn't do it as well as a $20,000 or $12,000 or $15,000 photography kit can do, but it does a pretty darn good job. Macro photographers might want to use this when they go out in the field. Macro photographers a lot of times work in studio and they make a setup, but they do go outside, nature photography, flowers, insects, all those things. You might want to have a flash with you to compensate for the light that you don't have when you go into that little nook and cranny and you're taking that macro shot. This can be handy, and listen, it's portable. You can carry this in your pack sack and it might be worth having it there. So when push comes to shove, I think a lot of amateur photographers can have the Visico Pocket Flash 2 as an A flash system. Like they can be their actual primary flash system to do whatever shots you'd like to do. And I think most professional photographers can have this system as a B system. And what's really cool about that is they can use their normal system, but there'll always be a point where they can use these flashes out in the field or even in the studio. There you go. So that's what I think. I really think this is, it's been a big discovery for myself. I used them in the studio and did not feel I was missing anything. The only time, I also have a 400 watt Godox flash, and that's a plug-in, and that's the only time where I felt the refresh rate wasn't fast enough. The refresh rate on this is very fast. It's surprisingly fast for a 200 watt flash. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video on the Visico Pocket 2. Tell me if you've had any experience with the AD200 Godox. You guys like, share, subscribe, and don't forget, everybody, keep on making something from nothing.